Cultivators of the earth are the most valuable citizens, and they are tied to their country and wedded to its liberty and interests by the most lasting bonds.
The old smallholder farmer who just wanted to grow crops for food is gone. The smallholder farmer we have today wants to have money in their pocket.
The size of Africa's food markets is expected to triple to $1 trillion by 2030. And this is a huge opportunity for Africa's farmers. The wealth of Africa and the potential of Africa's agriculture is in its people.
It is always said that Africa has potential, but you can't eat potential. The potential must be unlocked.
We know that Africa will get to development faster if we put a lot of emphasis on knowledge, higher education, and agriculture.
And I can assure you that RUFORUM has ignited the spirit of development in agriculture as never before.
We believe that science is at the heart of the African Union's Agenda 2063.
Agenda 2063, to me, is now. Any journey you want to take, start with one foot. It is today.
I am delighted to welcome you to the 6th African Higher Education Week and RUFORUM Biennial Conference. It is indeed gratifying to note the selfless effort and sacrifices that you have made to participate at this conference for the sake of our continent and the well-being of our people.
Officially the largest gathering of its kind on the African continent, a staggering 1,107 participants attended.
Organizing a gathering of this size is insane. It's crazy. Given that we are very few at the Secretariat, it's the passion.
Policymakers, vice-chancellors, principals and deans, students, technical and vocational education and training representatives, farmer organizations, the private sector, and civil society from over 50 countries gathered. Diverse and brilliant minds working together to align African universities to accelerate the attainment of Agenda 2063.
It's a wonderful family to be amongst people who have the same aspirations for their university and for their nation.
Insofar as agricultural research is concerned, this is the place to be.
The program is terribly rich, very rich.
It gives me great pleasure to be here with you to celebrate RUFORUM and to push us forward in this highly important sector for Africa and for the world.
There's very few institutions in Africa that has this convening power. The strongest thing that RUFORUM do, that they give a platform for the students to showcase themselves and to learn and interact.
It's such an opportunity. I've never sat with ministers before, but this is my first time. And from all my experience, I know I am a potential African child who will bring illumination to my community.
Students also received leadership, social media and communications training, developing skills to promote themselves and shift the narrative of Africa. Many young women were supported in attending the meeting with their babies.
I thank very much the RUFORUM to allow me with my baby. The women very clever. Women very clever.
RUFORUM has a strong strategic focus to increase the pool of women scientists in Africa and to strengthen women's role in championing development on the continent.
Over 1,500 universities in Africa, and only 40 of them are headed by female vice-chancellors. So you see, we have to make noise. The females can do without you, but the gentlemen, you can never do without the ladies. That one is a fact. Yeah.
The Forum for Women Vice-Chancellors, attended by 40 female VCs from across Africa, focused on boosting opportunities and support for women students, farmers and academics.
Je pense que les femmes ont une vision différente et mettre sur la table des problèmes peut-être que les hommes ne pourront pas voir.
The Ministerial Roundtable and Ministerial Dialogue was an especially powerful convening, bringing together 20 ministers from 19 countries with numerous African vice-chancellors who agreed to consult on supporting the RUFORUM Charter.
It's very hard sometimes to get our ministers. And this opening the floor to sit next to my minister and be able to tell him, we need to talk. It is time to talk, and talk with an open heart.
Policymakers and vice-chancellors, both parties become advocates for empowering and improving higher education in Africa.
RUFORUM is an opportunity for us to really connect the universities to the real need of the people.
The RUFORUM Awards for significant contributors to Africa's development celebrated key individuals. 23 young innovators were recognized at the closing ceremony.
Pour moi, recevoir ce award, c'est grand, ça représente beaucoup pour moi parce que véritablement, ça me motive davantage parce que le projet, c'est pas seulement pour le Cameroun, c'est pour moi, mon équipe et même pour toute l'Afrique.
The conference recommended enhanced sharing of knowledge with international and regional partners, strengthening agribusiness innovation in Africa for employment creation for young people, making use of academic mobility to create a critical mass of well-qualified faculty in Africa, partnership to strengthen university participation in intellectual property management, and strengthening use of ICTs to improve the decentralization of teaching and learning in Africa. From a humble 10 in 2004, RUFORUM membership has reached an incredible 105 universities in 37 African countries.
We have grown, we have matured, and we now need to go into this new challenge of African universities as key catalysts for transformation of African economies.
A key outcome of the event was the endorsement and launch of the Africa's Universities Agenda for Higher Agricultural Education, Science, Technology and Innovation, designed to enhance Africa's universities' contribution to achieving Agenda 2063.
The Africa I want is the Africa that will make Agenda 2063 a reality and not a slogan.
Africa can no longer wait for that transformation we talk about. Therefore, with a strong belief that RUFORUM has been given to us by God Himself, let's grab it with both hands and run with it to change these universities.
So, Agenda 2063 to me is now.